Penis.
My brain is very smooth. Aerodynamic, unlike yours. So anyways, Lord of the Rings.
No. I tried talking Lord of the Rings and you were like, oh my gosh, Rings of Power. No. We saw a Lord of the Ring movie. Yeah, but Rings of Power.
Why buy a comic that might cost more than a dime? Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
I am Spencer, the annoying one. He is Jacob, the adult.
The silent one.
Yes.
Welcome back to dimecomicbros, where we do something different every week. There is no schedule.
Kinda.
There is no outline. We make it up as we go.
That is true.
So anyway, let's read the script.
True. From DC.com, DC launches a brand new Wildstorm adventure. DC announced a new 6-issue Black Label comic book miniseries launching in August, Jenny Sparks. The spirit of the 20th century returns for the 21st in this action-packed new DC adventure by Eisner Award-winning writer Tom King and artist Jeff Spokes. Jenny Sparks is an epic, thrilling, mind-blowing series in the tradition of Strange Adventures, Mr. Miracle, and The Human Target, said Tom King. The spirit of the 20th century comes to the 21st to try to save 5 men and women taken hostage by an out-of-control and infinitely powered Captain Atom. Through this lens, we'll explore the grip of Jenny's time on our own, how, despite all our desperate prayers, the sins of our past refuse to die away. Featuring astonishing art by Jeff Spokes, seriously, it's so damn good, Jenny Sparks seeks to set the bar in superhero comics to show how our heroes can illuminate and define the moment. But who is Jenny Sparks? Readers of DC's Wildstorm comics will know that Jenny has always worked outside the Justice League establishment to find anomalies in the superhero community, is subtle enough to dig into the lives of the most powerful people on the planet, and is strong enough to fight back when those fallen heroes discover who's digging. She can, if only for a moment, light up the darkest nights. In DC's new Jenny Sparks, Jenny is the spirit of the 20th century, resurrected for the 21st.
I didn't know anything about this character.
Well, now you know some things about this character.
Some things.
Sometimes she's in the Authority, sometimes, and then sometimes she's like the only good person in the Authority.
It makes sense. This is a Tom King book.
Yep.
It smells like him.
It definitely does smell like a Tom King book. I'm down.
Are you going to get it in trades?
Nah, yeah, whatever. If it's only 6, it's going to be 1 trade.
Issues?
No.
I mean...
Trade.
Trade. Also from DC.com, DC and Jeff Loeb announce Batman The Long Halloween: The Last Halloween.
Halloween dies tonight.
I think that was a different series.
Halloween ends tonight. Evil ends tonight.
For the debut issue, Loeb will be joined by fan favorite artist Eduardo Risso, Dave Stewart, and Richard Starkings, with art for future issues of the series provided by some of the top artists in comics, including Klaus Janson, Mark Chiarello, and others to be named later. Batman The Long Halloween: The Last Halloween is Tim Sale's parting gift to me, said writer Loeb. Tim and I had already decided to tell this last chapter following Batman: The Long Halloween special, which will serve as the prologue to this 10-part action-packed mystery. Batman: The Long Halloween: The Last Halloween #1 is available for pre-order at participating comic book shops and digital retailers Friday, June 14th, and goes on sale Wednesday, September 25th.
Dude, I fucking called it.
Yes.
When we talked about the Long Halloween special, or at least when I talked about it when it came out, I was like, sequel book?
They cooking.
They cooking. And then R.I.P. Tim Sale.
Yes.
But on the bright side, at least he got to do, I would assume this is at least one of many covers. So that's cool.
Yes.
Having a rotating cast of artists, I'm not super hot on, to be honest. I've never really liked it when series do that, but...
I'd rather keep it consistent through the book.
Yeah, Klaus Jensen's a good pick, though. So it'll be interesting, if nothing else. It'd be really cool if Sale got to do all of the covers, or the art that he had done is going to now be used for the main covers for all 10 issues. That'd be nice. Ugh. From EW.com, Batman Caped Crusader first look reveals Asian American Harley Quinn and really weird Dark Knight. Batman Caped Crusader was first announced as an HBO Max series in 2021 and was then saved by Amazon Prime Video after Max eventually passed on the project, because HBO is Max and WB are stupid. It is literally the Batman service, and they're not putting it on there. It is now set to debut later this year. In a new interview with Entertainment Weekly, Tim and character designer James Tucker said that the number one priority of Caped Crusader was making sure it wasn't just a repeat of BTAS. The best way to do that, they decided, was to make the new show fully a 40s set period piece rather than repeating the anachronistic jumble of computers and payphones that defined BTAS. James and I are both really big fans of movies from that era, so we decided to really lean into that in terms of clothes, cars, architecture, the level of technology. Tim says on the new show's setting. Early on, we decided there'd be no computers and no cell phones. That changed everything. In addition to using 40s noir films as a reference point, Tim and Tucker also have the actual Batman comics from that era, which featured the first appearances of characters like Catwoman and Clayface, to draw on for inspiration. But there are also elements of Caped Crusader that no Batman fans have seen before. Harley Quinn, in particular, looks much different than any of her previous appearances, including her origin in BTAS. The new show characterizes her as an Asian American and also separates her from her longtime partner in crime. I co-created the character, so I have a lot of love and affection for her, but I thought there might be something interesting about bringing her on the show, not as Joker's girlfriend, Tim says. So how do we do that? A big part was just doing a basic flip. The original Dr. Quinzel was a little bit more serious, and then when she became Harley, she got really goofy and weird. So we thought, what if we reversed that? When she's Dr. Quinzel, she's a little bit more whimsical and fun, and when she's Harley Quinn, she's scary. Caped Crusader premieres August 1st on Prime Video. The trailer looked good.
That article went on very long, and I wanted to highlight the Harley Quinn swap because the headline was all like, oh my gosh, she's Asian now, oh my gosh! And it has the guy being like, I fucking made the character, I do what I want.
Sure.
So.
True. The one thing with the style looks solid from what we've seen so far. It does feel a little cheap, though, which I'm kind of worried about. The visual style is distinct from other DC animated projects, but it has there's a certain lack of depth in the color palette and the animation. It feels quality-wise, it just kind of feels a little cheap. Maybe it'll be different when the show actually comes out. Maybe it's not done yet, whatever. That's just kind of a concern. That would really suck if this really cool setting with all these new characters and all this big change, and it's oh yeah, and the animation's dog shit. It's that would be a big bummer.
Yeah.
So hopefully not, because they've been hyping this up for a really long time.
From Nerdist.com, Batman Ninja anime sequel movie announced, titled Batman Ninja vs. Yakuza League. No synopsis or release date was announced.
The first Batman Ninja movie kind of fucking sucked, so hopefully this one's better.
Yes.
The animation was really good, but I did not like anything else.
I didn't like the vocal performances in that.
It was really weird.
Yes.
Very bizarre. Starting a whole bunch from Marvel.com, Captain America commands a mega squad of Earth's mightiest heroes in Avengers Assemble. From the pages of Jed MacKay's hit run on Avengers, this new spin-off series will be written by Scarlet Witch scribe Steve Orlando and drawn by an epic lineup of comic powerhouses like Corey Smith, Scott Eaton, Marcelo Ferreira, Valentina Pinti? Yes, Pinti. Valentina Pinti, and more. Inspired by the team he pulled together during Blood Hunt, which is an ongoing event right now, Avengers Assemble sees Captain America take on a new initiative, recruiting new and classic Avengers for an all-new squad. Cap's team will operate out of Avengers Mansion and tackle one crisis after another on globe-trotting superhero missions. Expanding the scope of current Avengers storytelling, Avengers Assemble will offer readers a modern take on classic Avengers adventure and drama. With a new threat every issue, these fast-paced adventures will be jam-packed with action intermixed with exciting team bonding, thoughtful character development, and interpersonal stakes. As vampires attack the Marvel Universe, a ragtag group of volunteer Avengers set out to change the tide of the battle. In the aftermath, Captain America will form the Avengers Emergency Response Squad. Steve's hand-picked teams of veterans and newcomers live and train in Avengers Mansion, and when Captain America sounds the mission horn, whoever's on base has seconds to pack up and deploy. Reporting for duty are Captain America, Steve Rogers, Wasp, Hawkeye, Clint Barton, Hercules, She-Hulk, Photon, Night Thrasher, Lightning, Wonder Man, Shang-Chi, and Lightspeed, Julie Power. On sale September 1st. This looked pretty neat. This is early 2000s type stuff. Kinda. I don't know.
It's kind of what the artwork looks like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting having 2 ongoing Avengers books, but with like differing tones and stuff, because the Avengers have gotten really large scale for a while, which, you know, is fine by all means. Most of those runs are really good, but I don't know, going back to the mansion sounds like fun. I don't know. Just having variety in your Avengers lineups will be fun, because the other team, I think, is being led by Storm. I think. She's on it. That's a part of something later, but...
Yes. Oh, look. Also from Marvel.com.
Holy shit!
Storm is Earth's mightiest mutant hero in new solo series. Earlier this week, Marvel proudly announced that Storm, one of comic books' most iconic superheroes, will be joining the Avengers this August. It's the first step in what promises to be a renaissance for the beloved character, as Marvel will also be launching an all-new Storm solo ongoing series in October. Set in the X-Men's highly anticipated From the Ashes era, Storm will be brought to life by Muriwa Ayadel, the acclaimed writer behind Aquagun, Brutalizer of Gods, who made his Marvel debut last year with Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, and I Am Iron Man. And Lucas Wernick, the superstar artist known for his work on recent X-Men epics like Immortal X-Men and Sins of Sinister. Wernick also designed a stunning new costume for Storm's exciting new venture into solo storytelling. Storm has always been a prime protector of the planet. With the loss of Krakoa, that position becomes more important to her than ever. From her new superhero headquarters, Storm begins making decisions that will forecast the future of the Marvel Universe. Her bold actions will stir forces around and even beyond Earth, calling forth enemies that match her strength and determination. On sale, 10/2.
The new suit looks really cool. It's also nice that they're acknowledging that she's fucking OP as shit. Like, she's been very relevant in a lot of the Krakoa stuff from what I can gather, but like the general public just thinks that Storm is like the weather lady, but she's like Omega level. She can do a lot of crazy shit.
I don't like the artwork.
Really?
It looks too smooth and weird. I don't know. I don't have good words for it, but it looks very smooth. Too smooth. I don't trust it.
Like my brain.
Yes.
Marvel.com. Spider-Man embraces his dark side in Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood. Ha! Funny title. This August, return to Spider-Man's darkest era in Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood. The new series sees all-star creators, including some of Spidey storytelling legends, honor the 40th anniversary of Spider-Man's black costume, Black, White, and Blood style.
I think that you're supposed to say it Black, White, and Blood.
I think that's stupid.
Thank you.
Your brain is also smooth. Some will reveal never-before-told tales during this Spidey's black suit era, while others explore the costume's legacy and its impact on Peter.
His emo phase.
True. Here's what fans can look forward to in the debut issue. J.M. DeMatteis returns to his masterpiece Kraven's Last Hunt alongside Elena Casagrande?
Elena Casagrande?
What did I say?
Elena.
I'm American. I'm horrible with names. With an unforgiving story that sheds new light on an iconic scene. J. Michael Straczynski and artist Sumit Kumar in his Marvel Comics debut rip Peter Parker's and the symbiote's heart out. A last vestige of the symbiote has stayed with Peter all these years, waiting for the right moment to tear Spidey down.
Kumar.
That's what I said.
I know. Kumar.
Yes. Dustin... Oh, fuck. I just learned how to say this dude's last name because of a video, and I cannot remember it. Because it's not how... No, it's not. It's not how I've been pronouncing it for years. It's not. I can't remember. I'm mad.
Ngoyen.
Dustin Ngoyen writes and draws a spine-chilling tale of Spider-Man being hunted, but how can he hope to escape when the danger comes from within? On sale August 7th. I hope that it's only the 3 stories in the first issue, because that gives them some extra beef, page count-wise. I feel like most of the... When we talked about the Darth Vader one, the ongoing Jason Aaron story was one of the better ones, giving... Especially since we're returning to an era with some very high-profile writers and stuff, it would be cool to have bigger stories instead of it being like 10 pages.
It's interesting that they're mixing it up with Darth Maul and having like a single issue be a whole story, and then with Spider-Man, they're going back to 3 stories in an issue.
Weird.
Don't know.
Cool. We'll be buying.
More from Marvel. Greg Capullo and Jonathan Hickman present Wolverine Revenge. Announced earlier today by Polygon, Wolverine Revenge will be 5 issues of pure, unadulterated Wolverine action just in time for the iconic character's 50th anniversary. If that's not enough, Wolverine Revenge will also be available as special Red Band editions. Like the current Blood Hunt event series, Wolverine Revenge Red Band Edition will be polybagged for the protection of innocent eyes and include exclusive pages and elevated violence.
There's more blood.
Wow.
Shiny.
Capullo and Hickman pit Wolverine against a cadre of foes who will turn his world upside down, including Sabretooth, Omega Red, Deadpool, and more. He's been beaten, he's been bloodied, and Logan only has one thought on his mind. Pizza. Revenge! I finally returned home to Marvel, and I'm ready to raise some hell, and who better to do that with than the Hitman Hickman, Capullo told Polygon, who also shared an exclusive preview. To celebrate, Marvel has removed the fences and let us off our leash so that we can bring the most vicious and punishing Wolverine story possible to the fans this summer. I hope they're prepared. It is on sale August 21st.
It's a good pairing, I think. Also, blood. I like blood.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll wait and see how it goes when it...
Yeah, I'm not going to buy the issues, but...
But you might be able to talk me into the trade.
Yeah. I'll probably be able to talk you into the trade. It seems likely.
What are they doing with the Red Band comics?
I don't know.
Will there be a Red Band trade? Will the trade only be the Red Band version?
I would assume they're probably going to have a version of each.
Sus. Because then you're printing a book twice. You have to, have how many you print.
I don't know.
And do one of each type. This complicates things.
It does, but also more blood. I like blood. From Marvel.com, Phases of the Moon Knight series illuminates lost lunar lore. Haha, punny title. It's alliteration. Tee-hee-hee-hee. This August, unearth long-hidden secrets of Moon Knight history in Phases of the Moon Knight. The upcoming comic book series will deliver all-new stories from an assembly of acclaimed talent starring the Khonshu avatars you know and share the sagas of Moon Knights you've never met. Though he is among the most recent, Mark Spector is far from the first fist of Khonshu. Khonshu's did a lot of fisting in his days. As fans have witnessed in the pages of Jed MacKay's hit run, Mark and Hunter's Moon are only the latest in a long line of diverse and fascinating Khonshu champions. The specters of their predecessors have been called upon to aid in their most desperate battles, and now it's time to learn their stories. Here's what fans can look forward to in the debut issue. Following Mark Spector's death, the supernatural villain known as the Shroud rose as a darker, more vengeful Moon Knight. Thank you for spoiling the current run, bro. Writer Erica Schultz and artist Manuel Garcia take readers back to the night it all started when the Shroud undertook his new mission and began embracing his unique and violent version of justice. Writer Benjamin Percy and artist Rod Reese introduce an all-new Moon Knight from the ancient past, the Moon Knight of the Old Crusades. Forged in the crucible of a holy war, this mighty Moon Knight Crusader finds himself in ancient Egypt where he'll clash with one of the first mutants, Apocalypse. One of the first. You mean the first, bro. On sale August 28th. This sounds very interesting. Moon Knight.
Yes.
I love me some Moon Knight.
He does a lot of mooning.
I would too if I could get away with it like that.
More Marvel. Dazzler lights up the world in new solo comic book series. With the fall of Krakoa, the X-Men's dream of coexistence has never felt more impossible. Luckily, mutant kind's very own pop princess has a song that will unite the masses and paint a big target on her back in an all-new Dazzler comic book limited series. From rising Marvel star Jason Liu, an extraordinary Marvel newcomer, artist Rafael Laureiro, Dazzler will launch this September as part of the X-Men's new From the Ashes era. No stranger to headlining, Alison Blair enjoyed a successful solo career outside the X-Men in the 80s with the fondly remembered and long-running Dazzler series. Now, she's back to inspire a whole new generation, spreading a message of love and acceptance one sold-out show at a time. Her tour is for everyone, but backstage, Allison is joined by a crew of fellow mutants, head of security Domino, personal guard Strong Guy, very creative, one-man roadie Multiple Man, drummer Shark Girl, another very creative character. Where did they leave Lava Boy? And expert publicist Wind Dancer. Anti-mutant fervor has never felt more personal, but anyone who tries to dim Dazzler's light will just have to face the I hate reading this. Out and proud as a mutant and back on the road, Dazzler, Marvel's glittering mutant songstress, has been in and out of the limelight over the years, but now the time has finally come for her to take center stage. Dazzler embarks on a new world tour, the culmination and celebration of her entire musical career. But while Dazzler may be ready to focus on her music, her celebrity mutant status and a violent attack may sideline the entire endeavor before it's even begun. This is on sale September 19th.
I think Multiple Man being a roadie is a great idea. Now that is smart. Cool.
I've never read anything Dazzler.
Me neither. She's one of those characters that like exists out there, and it's like she was popular for a minute there, and everyone's like, "Is she going to show up in this thing?" It's like, does anybody actually care? I don't know.
No,
but
I don't think so.
Nah.
I've seen the dumbass fan castings for
AKA
movies.
just Taylor Swift.
Yes.
To be fair, I wouldn't be mad if they did that in Deadpool and Wolverine because it's already a comedy and already dumb.
Right.
That would be fine. In reality, it's going to be Blake Lively. Or Blake Lively is going to be what's her name? Woman Deadpool. One of the women's.
Ah, yes, Lady Deadpool.
Yes, that one. Exclusive.
That's no lady. That's my wife.
True. Exclusive from HollywoodReporter.com, Fantastic Four casts Ralph Ineson as Galactus. I am so fucking excited for this. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be a bunch of the rumored people that they had lined up for this. Ralph Ineson's voice is fucking insane. Yeah. You would probably know him most recently from The First Omen. He's the guy with the voice. He's like the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah? He's the priest guy who's like, I know the secrets and stuff. That guy? Yeah.
That guy.
Yes. Super excited. Also, put him in a big funny hat. I want it to be real. They need to use forced perspective to make him a big dude in a big hat.
Yes.
No fart clouds.
From Deadline.com, X-Men movie at Marvel Studios gains momentum as Michael Leslie comes on as screenwriter. The film is still in early development with no talent or director attached and no release date set. Marvel Studios President Feige... The Feige robot guy with the hat will produce.
Okay, he doesn't have a great track record, but I think I get the angle they're going for. His most recent script was he worked on the new Hunger Games prequel movie, which was pretty solid. And in terms of adapting the book, I think it did a pretty good job because the book was kind of rough. I enjoyed the movie more, and that's got a lot of interpersonal borderline melodrama. And to be fair, that's what X-Men is weird family melodrama stuff.
Ballad of Snake and Fire or something?
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but yes.
Yeah. Snake.
And then he did some other stuff I just can't remember off the top of my head, but like that, I can see the in there, you know, especially if they want to advertise it, because that movie
This is so far in the future, though.
Yeah, like, it is.
This is just as close to being canned as it is actually happening.
That's also true. Yeah, we'll get a director attached in 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Exclusive from Variety.com, Marvel sets Vision series for 2026 with Paul Bettany, Star Trek Picard EP Terry Matalas as showrunner. Okay, so Vision Quest was actually announced fucking eons ago and then was quietly canned because nobody gave a shit. But Picard was great, so I'm interested again. We can finally find out where Mr. Ship of Theseus Man got off to, because it's been almost 4 years. So,
imagine being a ship from Theseus.
Imagine actually having a showrunner in your Marvel show. Look at them. Look at them go. They're growing. They're developing.
I wouldn't give them too much credit yet.
I know.
They'll probably fire him next week.
Probably.
Oh, you had an idea? How about you shut the fuck up and take it somewhere else?
Yep.
Yes. From thecomicbook.com. Calm down.
No.
Ooh, I did not take out all the links in this one. I failed. I edit the news script, and it's a downloadable file that you can click on and download and read yourself if you subscribe to our Substack. You should go do that right now. Department of Truth returning with new arc in June. One of Image's recent hit series is about to make a return. On Thursday, the publisher announced the first details surrounding a new story arc of The Department of Truth, the ongoing thriller series from James Tynion IV and Martin Simmons. The story arc will begin with June's The Department of Truth number 23, as the series prepares for an oversized milestone issue with The Department of Truth number 25. The series originally launched in 2020, selling hundreds of thousands of copies and earning a potential television adaptation. The Department of Truth number 23 will pick up on the series' shocking cliffhanger as the Department of Truth was confronted with an enemy intent on exposing their secrets to the world. But the Department of Truth ended up making a shocking choice: go public first. To understand Lee Harvey Oswald's risky gambit, readers will return to where it all started, Dallas, 1963, as President John F. Kennedy's motorcade passed the grassy knoll. It comes out Wednesday, June 26th.
I really want to read it as it comes out, but I also don't want to buy the issues because I don't want to have issues lying around when I'm going to buy the trades.
Right. I have the first 4 trades, so I'm just going to keep buying trades, but I did it!
Finally. They took a decently long hiatus.
Well, it's because James Tynion IV is writing everything else on the shelves.
True. Also good that Martin Simmons is still the artist, because the art for this series is impeccable.
Yeah.
I think the moment he doesn't want to do the art anymore, the series needs to end.
Does he do the covers too?
I believe so.
Because those are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
They're spooky.
Yes.
They scare me.
I agree. The book scares me.
Yeah.
From TCJ.com, Don Perlin, okay, the headline makes no sense. Prolific comic book artist, editor, and art director Don Perlin passed away peacefully from natural causes on May 14th in the company of his family in Florida.
I summarized with this next paragraph of what the entire article talked about.
He worked on comics like Werewolf by Night, Morbius, The Living Vampire, Moon Knight, Perlin's own character created with Doug Mensch, and Ghost Rider. This one's actually kind of important for me because that's like all of my favorite characters in one sentence.
Right.
Big oof. At least it was natural causes.
I did not recognize the name, but I knew you would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I seen it over.
From HollywoodReporter.com, Marvel's Silk Spider Society is dead at Amazon.
Yay!
Did you know this was happening?
Yes.
I didn't.
You just blocked it out because we talked about it 4 years ago and they announced it.
And then forgot about it because nothing has been spoken about it since.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon's Marvel drama Silk Spider Society from producers Sony Pictures Television is no longer moving forward at the streamer. Sources say Sony TV, which owns rights to a fraction of the Marvel universe that features more than 900 characters, plans to shop the drama series from former Walking Dead showrunner Angela Kang. Kang is the bad guy in that shitty Ant-Man movie.
Yes.
Kang, who departed her pact with AMC for what sources say is an 8-figure deal with Amazon, remains housed at the streamer and will continue to develop projects for the company. The decision to scrap Silk comes a mere 2 days after Amazon, during its first in-person pitch to Madison Avenue ad buyers, announced a Sony-produced Marvel series Noir, starring the Nicolas Cage guy.
Okay, nobody cared about Silk whatsoever, but even if Noir is bad, I'm going to enjoy it because Nicolas Cage is going to be going fucking nutty.
You always love the shitty Nicolas Cage movies.
I do! He always goes 100%, and when he's in a good project, it's fucking awesome. So having him be old and grumpy and be like, I was Spider-Man once, rah, that'll be fun.
Okay.
But yeah, so who cares about Silk? People care about Silk in the comics, but why the fuck did Amazon think that was a good idea?
I don't know why people like her in the comics. She makes her own costume out of her own freaking hair, Bayonetta looking ass.
It's weird. I don't know, man. We got the Dune Prophecy teaser released as a prequel series, gets fall premiere on Max. It looks very, very good. Oh, whoa, Dune, ooh.
It's based on the book Sisterhood of Dune, I think was the title, written by the guy's son. So hopefully the show is better than the book, because apparently the guy's son really sucks balls at writing and is just writing ass tons of books to get cash money.
How much Bene Gesserit turbo pussy do you think is going to be in this show? I think it's going to be a lot.
Probably. It was kind of hinted at in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's cool. The witches be raping people.
They do indeed be like that. Glad that actually got like followed through on, because I remember it was announced a while back, but I think before the first movie, like Villeneuve said he wanted to do a series, and then after the movie didn't do super great, it was on the edge, and then once Max finally got the movie to a profitable point with the amount of streaming that it had, they greenlit the show. So
it really pisses me off how every new TV show has to be advertised like this is the new Game of Thrones.
I agree.
Because that's how this trailer felt yet again.
That is true. Max. Well, that's because Max is formerly HBO, and HBO is Game of Thrones, so their marketing department's kind of dumb.
Anger.
Yeah.
From Deadline.com, I guess, we got Venom: The Last Dance trailer. It releases in theaters on October 25th.
I have 2 points.
Is one of them going to be about that really long YouTube video you sent?
Not
because
really.
It was long and dumb.
Not really.
Okay.
But sort of, but not really. One, continuity be damned, I guess, because this doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's exactly what this.
That was a summary. It's true though. Sony does not give a shit. But Venom Horse, I will be seated. This is gonna be shit. Now I'm going in with the correct expectations. He's gonna indeed do a last dance with Mrs. Chen. I think Mrs. Chen now needs to be introduced into the comics like Harley Quinn, you know? I think she originated outside of it, and she's like the only thing in any of these that makes any semblance of sense, and she's, you know, I think she should be brought into the comics. I think he's going to finally earn the spider for some fucking reason. I love the fact that they haven't changed his design for the 3 movies, because it's a good design.
Yeah.
It has issues, but like they actually stuck with it instead of changing it every 3 seconds to sell toys. I don't know. I like the weird little spermy things.
It's strange. I don't know. I was really hoping by the 3rd one they could actually make a good one.
We'll see.
But it doesn't look like it.
No, but I am more. Tom Hardy had a lot of control over this one. I think he picked the director.
That last time.
Well, yes, but even more. I don't know. It's gonna be bad, but like I might walk in looking for good bad fun instead of being like, why can't they do which is what I did with the first movie, because I didn't realize that it was bad and not funny, and then the second one was like, okay, well, it's at least funny.
Yep.
For the wrong reasons, but sure, you know.
Yep.
Venom Horse.
Horse?
No.
Oh.
Venom is a whore though. All 19 inches of them.
Venom whores.
No, the Venom Horse.
Oh.
The horsussy. From HollywoodReporter.com, we got a new trailer for The Rings of Power Season 2, out August 29th. It looks really fucking good. Like, really fucking good. I also said that about the first season, to be fair. And I also said that about the trailers for the first season. But I am a defender of the show. I enjoyed it for the most part. It looks like they made some strong improvements in a lot of areas. And we're also actually doing the rings part.
We actually see the Rings of Power in the TV show, The Rings of Power.
It's true.
It's incredible. What a concept. I didn't think we were going to see that until season 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. The guy that they recast for Adar, I believe is the name, the Mr. First Orc Man. Looks
yes.
really good. I think they did a good pick for that one. The makeup still looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And also, it looks like they're pushing him and Sauron having a weird rivalry thing. Also, I didn't think they were going to actually call him Anatar in the show. I didn't think they had the rights to the name Anatar, the bearer of gifts. I didn't think that they were allowed to do that. Apparently, they are. So that's cool.
I don't know.
Also, the guy who's playing Sauron actually looked pretty convincing in his elf makeup. I thought they recast him for a second. I was like, nope, same guy. He just shaved. I don't know.
From Variety.com, we have a new trailer for The Umbrella Academy Season 4. It is out August 8th. I kind of don't care.
I do!
I liked the first 2 seasons.
3 was kind of rough.
3 was really rough, and I didn't get past it.
Yeah. I did, 3 was kind of a mixed bag. I am hoping, because this is entirely charting their own path now, that we are completely out of the book category, and...
It's what happened with the books for me, too. It was like, the first 2 are great, the third one lost me, and I just... Yeah. I don't know.
I'm hoping now that they're just going in an entirely different direction, so there's nothing to really pull from other than some scant little details here and there, and also that's got a pretty big delay between seasons. It's got my interest. I like watching it with my girlfriend. She finds it funny, and I find it funny.
They're advertising it to be the last season,
Correct.
too. That's it. No more.
It was announced as the last season, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. Yeah, because the dang boy is like 20 now.
Yep.
Boy, give me X. From Variety.com, Charlie Hunnam to lead Criminal series adaptation at Amazon. Criminal is based on the graphic novels of the same name by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. The official description states that the series is an interlocking universe of crime stories. Hunnam will star as Leo, a character described as a brilliant master thief who sees all the angles and specializes in plans with no guns and no violence. Like a chess player, Leo thinks 3 moves ahead. Other crooks thinks he's a coward, especially compared to his father Tommy, who went to jail for murdering the most feared man in the city, Teague Lawless. That's a nice last name. Hunnam joins previously announced cast members Adria Arjona, a mommy of this show, Richard Jenkins, and Kadeem Hardison in the series. This is cool because it's not superheroes, and also I really like Charlie Hunnam. And you like Criminal.
I have not read Criminal.
Oh.
But the...
I was thinking Reckless.
Yeah, the Ed Brubaker noir crime series is all good.
Yes.
He does it good.
He does do it good. So this is neat. I like Charlie Hunnam. He's great.
I don't know.
He's a dude who's in a bunch of TV shows and shit.
Speaking of TV shows.
Yes, a TV show did indeed happen.
We watched The Acolyte.
The first 2 episode premiere.
Yes.
And we're talking about it without Colin, which means we're going to be talking about like 3 episode clusters and then we'll be done.
And he's probably not going to want to talk about it next week, so it's going to be like...
It's just news episodes. It's just us.
Whoa.
It's just us. Which means it will have clusters. We'll watch 3, 4, and 5 and
it'll be
whatever.
done by the time we get back to the next news episode.
I think it's a 10 episode series.
Oh, is it? I thought it was 6.
I think it's 10 or 12.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good.
It's good. I agree. This is about what I was hoping for, to be honest.
It's good. Asterisk. There's things that were less good. It was like, oh, that was a little bit rough. Oh, that was good. Oh, I don't know if I like that. But
yeah,
again, it's the struggle of the first episode is like
you have a lot of
setting up what it's trying to do. You don't know where it's going.
Yeah,
it could come around in the end. Who knows?
I have a feeling it will. I like a lot of the characters and their designs. The performances are all really good. Some of them are kind of reminiscent of characters we know in the future, which is cool. I think they did a really good job establishing the High Republic setting because this is fucking eons ago.
Yep.
And I think they did a pretty good job at pretty quickly breezing through getting you up to speed.
Yeah.
And also not directly tying it to the High Republic books. Outside, there's like one character for later or whatever, but like it's pretty well disconnected. And I think that's cool. I think the effects are also very good. They did a lot of on-set and on-location stuff.
Would you breathe?
I don't breathe. I fart.
Oh.
Mystery. I like mysteries. Spooky, scary mysteries.
I misunderstood the first episode.
Well,
a little bit.
You're a something.
I took the main character to have the bipolar disorder because there was a lot of what seemed to be like figurative. She's talking to herself, and it's strange that they're talking face to face, but not. But it was actually they're talking face to face. They're twins.
You are kind of special, but okay.
I think it might come back around. There's still a chance that I'm right.
Sure.
Speaking of being right, I hate to say it. You were right.
That the show is going to be good?
No, that what's-her-face Trinity dies in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Pisses me off.
Bro, that's what happens when you get a big name. You got to kill him.
I hate it when you're right.
I think the lightsabers look fantastic in this show. I really like the way that they're presenting them, and I also like how fucking chunky they are.
And the light looks good. The light reflections.
Yes.
There was one time, especially in the second episode, I think, where someone was holding their lightsaber horizontal in front of them, and it looked really good.
Yeah. Yes. Solid choreography, some pretty good performances, some good makeup and like costuming as well.
Yeah.
Jedi used to have drip. We used to be a real republic.
Another thing, I like in the choreography, I guess, in the fight scenes, the Jedi are extremely defensive in the fights, and I think that's something that feels lost in a lot of other Star Wars properties. I don't know, almost certainly not intentional, but this one, like, the Jedi, when they're in a fight, they're just blocking attacks. They're not reaching out and hitting.
I think that's also partially like the ideological shift of the Jedi as time goes on.
Yeah, and I like that a lot.
I agree. I mucho agree.
I was expecting Trinity to have the yellow lightsaber. She popped out a green lightsaber. I was like, ah, but then the guy later has the yellow lightsaber.
He does. He do.
Yeah.
I'm indeed engaged. I'm currently putting this at somewhere between Mando season 1 and Mando season 2, I think. We know it's at the top. I don't have to say it.
It's got. I was trying to think about it last night. It feels like it's too high def. It feels.
What does that mean?
Strange. It needs a film grain to it. It looks too shiny, too soundstagey sometimes. I don't know.
I didn't see it.
It's got that feeling of like, oh, this is Disney Star Wars, and I can't put my finger on it. It's got a look to it.
I suppose. Will indeed be continuing to watch.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I'll probably just watch it in episode clusters as they come out instead of watching it every week. I'll be like, oh, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. I should probably watch the last 3 episodes. Giggity. Isn't that so much fun when like people who aren't into Star Wars come to Star Wars and then they approach it with a different angle and they're like, well, actually, we should try this. And then it's cool.
Yes.
Isn't it so much more fun when it's not just nerds circle jerking each other and being like, oh my gosh, you remember Ship Glutto the Third? You know? It's like, oh, this person doesn't even really like Star Wars that much and they want to make a Star Wars. Huh, that's cool.
Yep.
That's good. Maybe it shouldn't just be fans circle jerking all over each other.
Well, speaking of circle jerks,
what do you got for me?
not a whole lot, actually. I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Uh-oh.
I read Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
Oh, you are scraping the bottom of the barrel. Well, the top of the barrel, but the bottom of the barrel, metaphorically.
I was trying to finish the other Jonathan Hickman series that I was reading, but I didn't have enough time.
You are a failure.
I know. I read Ultimate Spider-Man #1. It's the new one that went cuckoo bananas and is on its like 5th printing or something stupid.
Marco Cicchetto do indeed be doing the art.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so shiny.
It looks very good. There are so many twists in this book. It's so much fun. I don't know how much you want me to talk about it.
I've had enough things spoiled for me. I'm going to read it eventually anyway, so I don't really care.
All right. And it's only the first issue. I'm not going to spoil it.
I know enough about the setup of this universe to know that a bunch of shit's backwards.
Right.
So I can gather
This
context.
is the new Ultimate series where Dr. Doom...
No. The Maker.
Sorry. The Maker said, you know what? I'm the maker. I'm gonna make my own world. So he goes back in time and he erases the origin stories of all the heroes except for like a couple that he keeps as a bodyguard, and just makes it so that there's no more supers at all, ever.
No.
No more origin stories. Just kind of based. So Ultimate Spider-Man opens up with him working at the Bugle. Oh no, he's married to Mary Jane, who's hot. They have kids.
Those two things tend to overlap, you know?
I'm not even kidding. Like, it's intentional. You turn the page and go, awooga.
I mean, that is Mary Jane Watson.
Woof.
She is a model.
100% intentional. Then he goes to work at the Bugle, where his buddy J. Jonah Jameson is his buddy, and J. Jonah Jameson is like equals, I guess, with Uncle Ben in the paper. And the paper is like, you know what? Actually, we're covering the news the wrong way. We're being too honest about it, and it's not making us money. So we have to make up these really cool stories. And Uncle Ben and JJJ say, go fuck yourself. I'm going to make my own paper. And it leaves Mr. Peter Parker guy in like a bind because he has to provide for his family. But also he doesn't want to lie because he's writing out a shitty paper.
Holy shit, complicated ethics in a superhero comic? Dang.
So he has a meaningful conversation with his wife, which is really cool. They didn't gloss over that. It was like, no. They actually sit down on the couch and talk about their feelings, and it was great.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so real.
So she says, yes, you have to do the thing, and then it does like a little flashback, flash forward thing, where Tony Stark in this universe says, actually, my dad was a piece of shit and helped the maker remake the universe, and you were supposed to be a super duper hero guy that has spider powers. Here's the spider, get bit. It's really good. I really, really like the dynamic of what if Uncle Ben had lived? What would he be doing? How would it affect Peter's life? It's like Peter's actually happy and is juggling life really well. I've never ever seen a Peter Parker like be stable.
Imagine letting Peter Parker grow up. Marvel would never.
It's incredible.
Marvel would never in the normal Spider-Man comics.
It's
anyways.
awesome.
They'll never stop letting him be 26 and a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, and Kingpin is the boss of the Daily Bugle, and that's why it's being shitty.
That tracks. Where Aunt May? Is she off doing spy missions?
She dead.
Oh.
There was a terrorist attack. I don't think it was fully explained unless I'm being dumb and it's what the maker did. That killed a couple of the Osborns and I think Aunt May? I don't remember. But it was this really weird Catholic priest making the speech in the center of town about the terrorist attack.
That sounds sussy.
And he had the red glasses because he's blind.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Holy shit.
I can't wait to see more of that. That was like the only thing that he had. It was a cringe speech.
That's awesome.
A Catholic priest. But
I love that.
I want him to come back.
I like Daredevil.
Yes. Very, very good. I wanted so badly to get the rest of it, but I'm so far behind in the run, I'm just going to wait for the trade. But,
yeah.
So good.
The annoying thing is that Chichetto is off of art, I believe, after issue 6.
Ew.
Which is lame. The new art still looks solid, it's just not the same, you know?
I cannot believe how good this Ultimate stuff has been. Like,
cuckoo bananas.
The opening for it has been the weakest link. Ultimate Black Panther is fantastic. X-Men is great. Spider-Man's awesome. I'm loving it. It's so weird.
I have the Ultimates, and I'll be reading that shortly. So I'll be actually, it's sitting in my car right now.
Wow.
So I'll be sure to share my thoughts. Probably not on the shelf.
Yeah, I think it's sitting in the other room.
Yeah, you gotta read it, bro.
Yeah.
Nice. I read a not good thing.
That's good.
I gotta counterbalance you, being Mr. Positive. I read Occult Crimes Task Force.
Feeding off that Peter Parker energy.
A little bit. It is a 6-issue series, I believe. I think it was intended to be an ongoing and either got canceled or didn't make any money. It's through Image, because Image will publish anything.
Yep.
It's written by Rosario Dawson, which is cool.
Wow.
Yes, the actor. And the art is done by David Atchison and Tony Shastine, I believe. So you know how there's a very big subgenre of cop procedural stuff when it's like, but what if there's secret cops for the secret aliens or occult stuff and whatever?
So you're talking Control and X-Files?
Control, X-Files, Men in Black, yeah, all those things.
Yeah.
It's that. It's that, which is fine. It is one of my favorite genders.
Ooh, and what was the one that Netflix did that was based on a comic? That Rosario Dawson was part of, wasn't she?
Not sure what you're talking about.
I will find out.
I'm sure you will. It's one of those. It's one of my favorite genders. This one is not good, though. It is... Yeah. So, Rosario Dawson writes and self-inserts as the protag, whose name I don't even remember, because it's... Sorry, Sophia Ortiz? Ortiz. I'm special. Her dad was a cop and died or whatever, and she's all, I'm gonna be a cop, and then she becomes a cop and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight crime and shit, and then she gets her ass whooped by some weird demon thing, and she's the only person to have lived after being attacked by the demon thing, and then she gets inducted into the Occult Crimes Taskforce and gets basically no information, including the reader. There's just a lot of shit in this one. They're tracking down a supernatural serial killer. Why is this not good? Like, come on. Supernatural serial killer, cop procedural, boom, boom. How did this turn out so not good? The writing is pretty fucking bad. I'm sorry. I can't coach my words too much. This is some of the most generic police procedural type stuff I've read in my life. And this is coming from someone who used to watch police procedurals unironically. Now I only watch one of them unironically, and everything else is ironic.
Wait, which one?
Blue Bloods.
Wow.
And I know, and coming from me, because yes. I hate propaganda, and that show is massive propaganda. I still like it because it's fun.
Incredible.
But also, yeah, it's not good. None of them are very good. I know. But it's really generic writing. The characters are flat. The world building is a bunch of random lore dumps. It's trying to smush a lot of cool ideas together in terms of like occult and magic and some technology, and it's so rushed. Everything kind of comes out of left field. Everything feels like a Deus Ex Machina. There are zombies in here. There are, I think, ghosts. There's a serial killer who sucks your soul out of your body.
October Faction, that's what I was thinking of.
I have no idea what that is. And like, it's all neat. It just, everything feels very unoriginal, and the things that do feel original are not implemented very well. Most of the book, the Sophia Ortiz just kind of runs around going, "What's that?" and then gets explained a thing, and she's like, "The fuck?" and then we move on to the next thing.
I was wrong. It's Tamara Taylor that stars in it.
Also, the art's bad, which sucks. This feels like storyboards in the bad way. Like, it feels like a proof of concept before shooting, or like photography that's then been traced over. I can't tell if it's tracing or if it's just really borderline photorealistic or whatever, but that doesn't lend to motion, action, expressions, nuance, anything. It's very, like, I do like traced art sometimes. Sorrentino, before he started using AI at least, was one of the people that I really liked who did it. But you have to do something with it. It can't just be tracing a damn picture. Like, I don't know. It's annoying. So it feels like this whole thing was like a stage production, and then they like just kind of did illustrations on top of it. And I really don't like that. The faces are really weird. They're so close. They fall so hard in the uncanny valley. There's no style to it. It's just like, that is a person standing there with their face looking at me and talking. And it's like, well, which theoretically could be interesting if like the world is mundane and then, wow, look, all this magic stuff, but it's not intentional. It's just not good. Some of the coloring is pretty interesting. There's a lot of big palette changes. It's a lot of like, this whole setting is gray and this whole setting is brown and so on and so forth. And that's fine. It definitely comes across as very clunkily colored and like polished. It's It feels very digital. Like it felt like they worked on it and then they threw it in a computer and then did a bunch of computer filters on top of it. And I really don't like that. Really disappointing. I got it for like $3, so I can't complain that much. I believe I got it at a Bull Moose. So not a waste of money. I'm definitely not reading it ever again. I've read worse. I've read worse recently. It's just so
bland.
Yeah, it's bland. And like that's disappointing, especially when it's clearly like a passion project from like an act, like someone trying to cross over into a different like medium. That's cool. I always want to support that, but it's just not good. I don't care about any of the characters. I don't care about the world building because most of it feels nonsensical and very haphazardly kind of thrown together. And the art's not interesting to look at. There's like a couple characters with neat designs, and that's really it. It just... disappointment. I'm very conflicted between giving it 1 or 2 stars out of 5. I can't...
Well, speaking of disappointment, we are a disappointment.
That is definitely true.
To our patrons, Caitlin and Jeff Loretz, because they went over to patreon.com and gave us money.
I love money.
They gave us money.
Yeah, why would you do that?
And we disappoint them every single week.
True.
With all of the bonus features that they get. Like access to episodes early. And the other show that we do after every single episode, Dime Comic Bros Happy Hour.
Booze!
Where we drink and talk about anything that enters our tiny little brains.
Smooth, aerodynamic.
Sometimes
no wrinkles.
It turns out to be funny or productive, but most times not.
Yeah.
They
also get their names shouted out because we said their names, you know. That's a thing. They also get some cool artwork done by Colin. There's some cool commissions as well as stickers and bookmarks, a whole bunch of cool shenanigans that Colin designed. Give us money. Please.
Be disappointed.
True. Also subscribe to our Substack. Every week when we do an episode, Jacob puts a lot of effort into trying to kind of type out whatever we're doing, but also not just like transcribe it,
yes.
As well as adding in lots of shiny photos so you understand what the fuck is going on when we can't focus and aren't making any sense.
I usually just link the books and go read this. Point.
Pretty much. Also, coming soon to our Substack, hopefully this week, maybe, I'm going to start releasing...
dick pics.
No, that's for the patrons.
Oh.
The Substack is going to start including movie reviews or television show reviews. Not a lot, probably once every couple of weeks, but I'm still trying to figure out the formatting of what I want to do and how much time I want to spend on it. But my current plan for my first release is going to be The Strangers Chapter 1 and In a Violent Nature, because I have a lot of similar feelings and I feel like there's a lot of interesting comparisons to be drawn. So I want to try to pair things together so there's some semblance of a topic instead of it just being like, I saw 18 movies, let me tell you all about them. So hopefully...
Maybe you should do an audio version for our patrons too.
Maybe I'll just type it out and then I'll read it. I'll read it in my smooth, sultry voice and then throw it on Patreon.
Probably not, because you'll be like, oh, actually, I was stupid there. Here's what I actually think.
Also, a big thank you to our partners over at Jetpack Comics and Games in downtown Rochester, New Hampshire.
We disappoint them, too.
We really do. Every time we walk in the store, Kyle or Rich is like, oh, crap, it's you.
Yep.
We buy our comics there. You should also buy your comics there.
Yep.
Support your local comic book shops. It's very important.
Yep.
Next week.
Breathe.
Ugh. I don't know what we're doing next week.
Fantastic.
I don't think we picked the topic yet. We should probably figure that out. So we can
Is that the week that you're not coming in?
I don't remember. I got to check my schedule. Next week will happen. Something will happen.
We might just disappoint our listeners.
That's also true. We do that every time we do anything.
It's true.